Allegations, speculation, conspiracy, and rumors circulate the Masters Olympia 2023. Well, this was the first Masters Olympia we've had in about, I believe it's 11 years. I think the last one was 2012, where Dexter Jackson won, and it is that famous picture of Dexter and Tony Freeman holding hands during the award ceremony. I'm pretty sure Tony Freeman grabbed Dexter Jackson during that time, and Dexter was like, what do I do? I guess I just keep holding his hand. Anyway, besides that, the 2023 Masters Olympia, for the most part, was a big success, but it did not leave out some serious speculation and allegations and rumors floating around. I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just going to give you the information that I received and the information that I uncovered. Let's start off with the poster for the Masters Olympia for 2023. On that poster, there were 4 athletes. It was obviously Kamala Garni, Hide Yamagishi, Jessica Reyes Padilla, and Ivy, what was her last name? Rain. Sorry, Ivy Rain. And it just so happened that all 4 of the people on their poster won their respective classes. That's odd enough. I mean, that's that right then and there, that's throws up some serious red flags. Whether it's a huge, just a coincidence or conspiracy remains to be seen, but it is strange. The other rumors floating around is that those 4 athletes were specifically invited by the Romanian organization that was putting together the Masters Olympia. It was understood that the rest of the athletes actually had to put their information in, and then the organization would actually invite them to see if they made it. From what I understand, and again, this might be just speculation, it might be just rumors, those 4 were actually called and asked, please do it, so we have some star quality and the show is a success. Okay. That's kind of, a great conspiracy, and, some rumors floating around that aren't so good. But the main part of the story, which seems to be the strangest part, 212, Hide Yamagishi wins the 212. Now, if you saw the 212 lineup from the front, you could make an argument Hide won. Kind of close. From the back, unless Ray Charles is judging, he shouldn't have won. I mean, that's my opinion. From the back, the top 5, everybody's back development was better than Hide's, especially during that rear double by. Even the tie-ins from his hamstrings into his glutes, his lower back, his upper back. It just wasn't like everybody else's. Okay. So during the ceremony, he gets the win, right? And why don't we just look at the award ceremony? Because there was a lot of confusion during this award ceremony.
That's pretty cool. That ain't hurting the cause. Nope.
It's 20,000.
The men's open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not 20,000 for.
Okay, yeah.
Easy now.
No, it says 10,000.
I'm pretty sure it's 10,000.
Yeah, the open is $20,000. That's right. Just to make that correction, it's not 20,000, it's 10,000. 20,000 goes to the open men's bodybuilding.
I'm actually looking at the check right in front of me here.
10,000.
It says $10,000. So.
Just want to make that correction real quick.
Yeah. Stop all you people from writing in, okay?
You got robbed. Aw, how cute.
Oh, man, Iris Kyle just picks the worst color to go up there and raise somebody's hand with. Pro-tan. You got to wear dark colors, any of you presenters out there. Iris wanted to give him a big hug.
I know, but she's got that.
She's like, don't ruin my outfit.
It's like you and
So as you saw there was some confusion as to how much money the 212 winner got. Now, it was understood that the open bodybuilding competitors, the winner would get 20,000, and the rest of the athletes in their respective classes would get 10,000. The winners would get 10,000. Now, there were a considerable amount of classes for this contest. I mean, you basically had most of the classes, if not all the classes, from any major pro show. So you had the open, right? You had 212. You had classic physique. You had men's physique. You had women's bodybuilding. You had women's physique. You had fitness. You had figure. You had bikini. And you had wellness. So as you saw, there was some confusion. The announcer said, take the check and the Olympia qualification to your winner from the 212 division, a check for $10,000. And oddly enough, Iris was the one delivering the trophy to Hide, because everybody knows that Iris and Hide are boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't think they're married, but they are together. And then somebody said 20,000. Some people believe that Iris corrected the announcer and said 20,000, and the announcer said 20,000. Sorry, the check for 20,000, even though the check looked like $10,000. It said $10,000. You saw Bob Ciccarello say, "Oh, the check is $10,000," but they kept going back and forth. Oh no, it's $10,000. Only the open gets $20,000, but the announcer kept saying $20,000. Could have been just a basic miscommunication and mistake. But several athletes have stated, and rumors circulated, and speculation that Hide actually did get $20,000 from that Olympia. Now, there's just a lot to deal with here. Between the poster, between Hide winning, between the confusion of how much Hide got, the announcer's confusion on stage. And I can tell you this, I don't think Romania will have a good turnout next year if they have the Masters Olympia again. It seems to be it seems like the fix was in. Now, of course, this is all speculation and rumors, and I can't prove anything. This is just what I've heard and what I've researched and what rumors circulated and so on and so forth. But where there's smoke, there's fire. Usually rumors don't circulate like this unless something, at least one or two things of the conspiracy are accurate, right? I mean, we've all seen these things where it's like people say something and then you find out later on that it happened to be true and blah, 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 and this and that, which any conspiracy theory. Now, if this is true, in the long run, this is actually a bad thing. You don't want to have bodybuilding be corrupt. You don't want to have bodybuilding have a negative connotation around it to begin with. I mean, most people don't accept bodybuilding as a real sport because of the anabolic use to begin with. It's a niche sport. The last thing you need is like some kind of, tampering with money or tampering with the results and so on and so forth. Now, again, I just want to reiterate, I don't know this to be 100% true. I'm a YouTube channel, and I'm just going to deliver the news and deliver the content that is interesting. And this was extremely interesting. And it's also funny how nobody actually was talking about this. None of the big YouTube channels were talking about this, which is even odder. Now, the other classes, I believe the winners were legit. Like Kamal, I thought deserved the win. The classic physique, I thought he deserved the win. The women's bodybuilding, I thought she deserved the win. It was only 212 that was a little strange. And I would love to know how much influence Iris has within that world of the Masters Olympia, Romania, and so on and so forth, and how much he actually helped put it together and blah, 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 blah. It just seems a little speculative. Now, I am a huge fan of Iris, especially from a bodybuilding standpoint. I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but I did a greatest bodybuilders ever, and I actually gave her an honorary mention. I had a top 5, and I had 3 honorary mentions of the greatest bodybuilders that ever lived. And I put her in honorary mention, and she was the only girl that I put in because she accomplished amazing things in bodybuilding. But that doesn't mean that she didn't have some influence here with Hide being her man or business partner or whatever relations that they have. Now, is Hide going to go to the Olympia? I don't know. I haven't heard. I mean, if he does, that's great. He probably will not do well because now you have younger, bigger, harder, rounder, much more hungrier athletes in that open division in the regular Olympia as opposed to the Masters Olympia. Now, the one thing that I did love about the Masters Olympia is it gave people that never stepped on foot on Olympia stage the possibility to step on stage, gave them a chance to be recognized as an Olympian. One of which is a good friend of mine, Vinny Galante. I remember he was invited. He was ecstatic, and he was just happy to be there. And I was very happy for him. And there were a couple other videos where people were saying, I can't believe I'm going to be on the Olympia stage. And they never would have thought they would have been there. So that was an amazing event for these athletes. This is something they've always wanted to do. And they were part of it. They were part of this fantastic production. But they did have to pay their own way. They did have to pay for airfare. They did have to pay for hotel. I mean, if you didn't break the top two, you were probably in the red. That's just the way it was. Now, I don't know how the rest of the world of bodybuilding works, but I do know that most of the major players in the open division have sponsors and endorsements, and they get their way paid. But when you are a older bodybuilder, a Masters bodybuilder, we all know that you're probably not going to get any sponsorship. You're probably not going to get any endorsements. Nobody's probably going to lay out the red carpet for you. But these people did it anyway. And the last thing that you want to hear is that there was some terrible rumors floating around when these people just wanted a shot to be on the Olympia stage. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I am. I'm just reporting what I've heard, rumors, things I've uncovered, things I've researched. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Masters Olympia continues because there's a lot of talent over 40. Especially in women's divisions. Women's divisions, they seem to get better over 40, seem to peak about 50. Where men, it's about 40 where they seem to peak, where their athletic peaks. But the poster, the invites, the prize money, it just seems odd. At the very least, it seems odd. Listen, you comment. You tell me. Comment down below. Anybody who watches my channel, I read all the comments and I try to comment back as much as possible. So please be part of this and let me know what you think. All right. Like I said, Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding, subscribe, like, share, and let us know what you think.